What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Samoan Watchman, and today I'm just going to cover a few things that I noticed throughout the week. It's good to be back, and I missed you guys. Took a couple of days off, and had a lot of events going on last week. A few church events, and a lot of family were over, so that was pretty cool. Good to see family. Got to spend time with family whenever you get a chance. Excuse me, I'm just doing a little sound check on the fly, as I always do. I'm never organized. Y'all know that. But it's good to be back. And also right afterwards, took a few days off to celebrate my anniversary. It looks like my sound's not on. Oh man. If you guys can't hear me, let me know. I'm not getting sound through my little sound check here. Let me try something different. Oh, okay, you guys can hear me. That's my phone tripping. I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, good to be back, guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are blessed. I know there's a lot of craziness going on. A lot of crazy stuff out there. And, man, I'm not really one to talk about political stuff because, well, I just feel like there's a lot of people out there pushing a lot of stuff that is really meant to just put people in fear. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm not about peddling fear and all that stuff. But welcome to Independent Many. Good, thanks for being here. Master Shake here as always. Yeah, good to see you guys, man. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm also sharing on Twitch, which I used to do before, but there was no traction there because before my channel was the Truth Channel. It was a book club, and yeah, that didn't really go nowhere. People are not interested in reading books. As you know, the world today, people are just aren't interested in self-improvement, which was what my channel was all about. And yeah, it was all about improving yourself, working on the mind, freeing yourself from the corporate America mindset and just becoming more, finding success by working on yourself and just, whatever success looks like to you. And so I used to be that kind of person. I used to be all about that, which I still am. You know what I'm saying? It's just, there's some things that, well, when God puts it in your heart that you should be talking about this rather than that, you got to listen. You know what I'm saying? When God calls you and tells you, that's what you want to do, but here's what I want you to do. You best listen. He is God. You know what I'm saying? He does know a little bit better than you do. Right? And so, let's see. Master Shake says, they're doing it again. Your mic is a little dodgy. Oh man, okay, let me see. Let me fix this. I think it's StreamYard. My StreamYard, guys, has been acting up. I'm not sure what it is with these guys. I'm about to switch services. I think it's like, it sounds like it's too loud, like it's taking in too much volume. But it doesn't seem like that on my end. I don't know why that is. I'm not getting sound through my little. It's too much volume. Let's try this. Should be automatic adjusting mic volume. Man, this sucks. This sucks when we have to change things on while we're going live too, right? Okay, I think it's a little better now. I think it's a little. Thank you guys for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they shut me down in the middle of this. Even though I'm not like going deep into truth, you know, I'm really I am here to speak truth, but I'm also trying to help more so the new people that haven't really gotten into this stuff, which I have done a lot in person, by the way, this past week, which was a blessing. I mean, it just feels good to help people to realize when there's a lot of BS going on, you know what I'm saying, to help people wake up to this kind of truth, you know. Got you, Master. I did make some adjustments right now. Hopefully it sounds a little better. I hope so. If not, I got a couple more things we can do. But yeah, back for my 14th anniversary, and so had some plans, but had to adjust because of other events, and so that's my excuse. Welcome, Scott, Level Realm. What's up, my brother? Welcome to the show. So yeah, we just went to, we didn't do anything really big. I dropped the kids off to my mom's, and we headed out to Pendleton State Beach and hung out in Oceanside, cruised the beach a little bit, San Clemente, Laguna Beach, Dana Point. Rode some of those little family bikes that could fit 5 or 6 people. Still, man, okay. Try something else. Apologize, guys. Hang on in there for a second. I think I know what it is. I think it's mine. We have to change things on forward. Hey, let me play something for you guys while I'm adjusting this.
Apologies. Do caca poo poo. Sing the pee pee.
All right, hopefully that made a difference. If not, we're just gonna have to roll with it. All right, hopefully that made a difference. If not, we're just gonna have to roll with it. All right, so today, guys, I got a couple of slides I want to share with you. But yeah, as I was saying, we got back from anniversary, started working out. Did my little workout yesterday. I hurt my foot, so today I've been like nursing this foot of mine. I do have gout, but I'm not sure if that's what it is. if you don't know what gout is, man, gout freaking sucks ass. Gout will start hurting your foot for any little thing. You fall, you trip, you stomp your foot too hard, gout starts settling in, and you feel pain like you wouldn't believe. And I got it, and it sucks. But you know what I'm saying? It's all good. just got to work with it. But yeah, man, feel blessed to be back at it again. Let me know. He said, mic sounds a little high, just a little. That always makes me think people speaking the wrong way. That's my technical difficulties cut out. If I got to get up and do something, I wish I had to unplug some things and plug it back in. So hopefully the sound is working better. But I noticed there's a few people that haven't gone live in a while. Since I've been back, at least since Wednesday. There's a lot of people that I see missing on YouTube. I hope everybody's okay. I hope people are not being shut down. My buddy Lucky Haskins, I always look forward to his videos in the morning. I haven't seen him, and I know he gets in trouble a lot for, speaking truth, which shouldn't be that shouldn't be a thing. That should not be a thing. You know what I'm saying? If we can go on here and talk about pregnant men and talk, tell kids about sexuality and all this kind of stuff, or the perverse version of sexuality, we shouldn't be getting in trouble for making a statement or saying something might be a false flag, or might be a psyop, or saying that something might be, filled with crisis actors. It's so stupid. We live in a backwards world where we're not able to speak truth freely. You know what I'm saying? So, which, by the way, I'm starting to get some more notifications. Well, not some more. I'm just starting to get notifications now that the channel is like gaining a little traction. I'm getting more used to, speaking out every week and diving into certain truths. I'm starting to get notifications saying that you got to fill out this and that, or you're not going to be able to get monetized, or you're not going to be able to be shown in certain countries. Weird stuff. It was strange to me. I'm pretty sure other truthers have dealt with this kind of stuff for a while. But let's see. I haven't checked to see if we got back on anyway. Yeah, I'm starting to get notifications, and I'm even getting what do you call those things? Like sort of like censorship type deals. Like I was on Instagram the other day, and I said something somebody posted something about the school district that was teaching some dumb stuff, right? And I was saying, I put out there like, fuck them, right? And I get a strike, right? And I get a notification saying that I'm violating, what do you call that? Violating community guidelines, right? Anyways, I speak my mind on there. Wherever you go, you got to. So somebody was putting something up, and I said, fuck that, fuck them, and nobody says nothing. But then when I put on there, man, fuck Satan. Somebody posted something about a school district that was, of course, messy with the children, and I put fuck Satan, and I get the community guidelines. So I could say fuck you and fuck them, fuck everybody. Nobody has a problem. But if I say fuck Satan, Instagram has an issue. That's pretty stupid. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Singe Man? Welcome to the show, guys. Self-notified ESP Singerino. Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought it was still Singe Man saying something. What's up, Scott? All right, let's get on with this. So today, I started watching. I've always watched her on and off. Truth Seeker 69, and the whole meltology stuff. Man, I haven't really dove into that. I got a lot on my plate as it is. Trying to learn and finish up things I've started. But today's show, man, was pretty cool. So if I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know about Jen. But her show today really caught my attention because there's things that I see here in LA that I need to go and investigate, get my camera out there and, put boots on the ground, get out there, start showing you guys some stuff in LA. There's a lot of stuff LA's got. The county's huge. And the buildings and bridges that we have out here, are, they fit into that whole Tartaria mud flood and, methodology narrative. There's some crazy stuff out here, and I don't see too many people speaking out from LA. Met a gentleman today on Jenny's show from Long Beach, so shout out to Mike. You know what I mean? But today, yeah, definitely something that that caught my attention today. But I had some fun with the Mandela effect while I was out there with my wife. You know, we would go out to the beach and get something to eat, you know, drink a little bit, just check out different spots. And every time we come back to the room to rest, you know, I have the TV on, but I don't, you know, it's just running. It's not, we're not really watching anything. But the TV guide on there, you know, I was going through some of the shows that, you know, on the little guide that shows you, you know, the shows and movies kind of coming on. And my wife doesn't know too much of the Mandela effect. She doesn't know too many of the examples. But there was a few examples that were right there on the TV guide, and I started, you know, I started showing her. I said, look, because I know she used to watch Sex in the City. And I say, babe, what's the name of the show? Sex blank the city. She goes, Sex in the City. You know, I said, you sure? She goes, yeah. You know what I mean? And so I scroll up. I go, look at the TV. I scroll up, and there it is, Sex and the City. She's tripping out. You know what I'm saying? She was like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's the show you used to watch. I never watched the show, but I was like, that's the show you used to watch. That's how it is. She goes, it's supposed to be the Sex in the City. I go, exactly, right? And so I had a little fun with that. Also on the same TV guide, I scroll down a little bit more. And I see Joel Osteen, right? And we both grew up Christian and grew up in church. And so I go, okay, so spell Joel Osteen's last name. And she spells it with the O-L, right? O-L-S-T-E-E-N, right? And so she's read his book, for his first book. I remember, you know, us both picking a book to read, and she read his first book. I forget the name of it. We're both in a business where it's all about motivation and helping each other grow by self-improvement. We're always sharing stuff to help each other improve, to help each other grow mentally, as far as, you know, getting, you know, tough skin in business and learning how to properly run your business. And so, you know, we utilize those motivational speakers all the time. And our coach, he's a big fan of Joel Osteen, and it would always show little clips from his sermons, if you want to call it a sermon. And, you know, we all know it was spelled O-L-S-T-E-E-N. I go, babe, check this out. And I show her on the TV guide, right? I go, check out his name. All right, and there it was, spelled with the S-T-E-E-N, the wrong way, right? Apparently. So, yeah, that was fun. You know what I mean? I got to share with my wife a few examples out there. And in my last show, I didn't post a video yet, and I need to post it. I have a little video because if y'all don't know, I homeschool my kids. And I was sitting with my daughter, and I went over one of the maps, right? My daughter's 12 years old, guys. If you're not a fan of the Mandela effect, you know, my 12-year-old, you know what I mean? How is my 12-year-old going to look at a map? I show her, you know, I go, look, Manaya, that's her name. I said, check out this map. I said, what's wrong with this? And she's like, it's kind of, I showed her North America, South America, and she said, it's kind of slanted. She goes, I don't remember it being like that. And I got her on video. Because she actually said it, then I pulled out my phone. Okay, I said, okay, say it to me again. What do you feel? What did you just tell me about this map? She said, I don't remember North America and South America being curved or slanted like that. You know, because South America is way off to the side now. And I go, this is my 12-year-old, guys. My 12-year-old. So she doesn't have, you know what I mean? She has been in the school system long enough to remember that it was taught differently, that, you know, before, where we were North America was right above South America. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what people are going to say about that, or, you know, the little rebuttals that people give when we bring up Mandela effects and all these things, all these examples. But yeah, I never talked to my daughter about that. I never talked to my daughter about things supernaturally changing. You know, that was something she picked up on her own, right? At 12 years old. And I think that's pretty cool. So, you know, coming back, let's see what you guys are talking about here. If you wear 3 swimsuits, you can pee in the... What are you guys talking about? If you wear 3 swimsuits, You can pee in the pool, Fauci. Oh my gosh. Not that guy. That's a good one, Cinch. They messed with maps for centuries to confuse people on purpose. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, man. So my choice for entertainment, or my choice of leisure, is just, when I got time to kill, or if I want to listen to something while I'm working, I'll always put on a podcast over watching a show or listening to music. I'm a musician. I love music, but right now it's all about getting more information while I can, as much as I can. Trying to squeeze that in, because I already have a busy schedule, with my children and with church and, with things at home. In my family life, I got limited time. And so I try to learn as much as I can whenever possible. So I'm always listening. I always got my earphones on. People are starting to know that you can't talk to me without tapping me on the shoulder, because I'm always listening to something or somebody to gain information. So my entertainment comes from watching these and listening to the podcasts, and I've learned something this week that, well, I've always known. It's just become, it's just been hitting me more at home lately. With certain podcasters, you got to stay away from people that are pushing the narrative, right? And so, the thing about YouTube, this is for my newcomers. I got new people that just subbed, new people that I met in person that are subbing and starting to tune in, and don't have any they don't have the background of listening to people that some of us have listened to, growing up in this truth community. Listening to big names that ended up being something different, like whatever your path to truth was, whether it was Jones or Skiba or whoever you came in with. Most of us have listened to somebody that has kind of piqued our interest and helped us to unlock the mind to start seeking truth for ourselves. But some people haven't had that, what I'm saying? So all they see is podcasts, and there's people talking about this and that. There's all kinds of podcasts, right? And I listen to people from all different fields. I listen to people who garden. I listen to people who sew. I listen to people who cook, right? And so there's all kinds of things out there. And, one of the ones I used to listen to a lot for entertainment purposes, I'm not going to drop his name. I'm not going to drop his name. It's not even worth talking about that. But, I look up to him because he was someone who started off just like this, just being in front of his own microphone. And that led him to a job with a pretty big wrestling company, right? Probably the biggest wrestling company. And then, when he was there for a while and then got canned from that and went on to doing sports with ESPN. I was like, damn, all from this, from being in front of a camera and having a microphone in his face and just speaking his mind. And, that led him, what I'm saying? So, you never know what's going to come out of this for people who make content, for people who put themselves out there. You don't know who you're going to come across, what kind of opportunities come your way. Not that I'm in here for money at all. I'm just here to speak my mind. But it's just amazing how someone can do something that he's passionate about, and that leads him to opportunities where he's taken care of. And that's kind of how God works. You know what I'm saying? Like when you just do what God put in your heart, and you do what you're passionate about, or you do what you're passionate about, opportunities open up for you. You know what I'm saying? And so, I listened to this guy, and I'm like, everything does. I'm like, dude, this guy is so lovable. He's such an awesome figure. I'm proud of him. Proud that he's made something out of this and feeds his family. And I think that's pretty cool. But lately, with all these events going on with shootings and stuff, another side of him comes out, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, does that always happen where you become, part of a big company, and now you have to talk about this shit? Like, you got to talk about shootings, and you got to talk about a certain type of gun? Like, this is pissing me off, seriously. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, coming back from my little vacation, and I'm hearing this from people who I look up to, people I respect. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's someone who I look up to because you've done so good, you've done so well at what I'm choosing to do now. And because it seems like now that he's big, he has to speak on certain subjects. And I'm not saying he's even that big. He's not that big of a name. He just works for a big company now, contributing. And, yeah, it's just it kind of broke my heart a little bit. I'm like, man, so here's a person who was real and legit. And now that he's big, he's got to be talking about some bullshit. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't talk about politics no more. I don't. I used to be big in politics. I've lost a lot of friends because of that. I was a big fan of, the Orange Man and all that shit. And because I just see the stupidity in people, and I was against it. And, I'm a person who owns a gun. I'm not, I'm not advocating for anybody to have dangerous weapons. I'm just saying, like, you have every right to protect yourself. But when it came down to the conversations, people were just bringing up stupid points. I'm like, damn, we have a really dumbed down generation. We have a real dumbed down generation who doesn't really know shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that part would irritate me. I said, you're just regurgitating stuff that you're hearing on the news. You're just regurgitating the same points. And even if they were passionate, even if they felt like they were speaking, all this truth, the truth was they were just being zombies for some other people. You know what I'm saying? They were just speaking the same narrative that other people were speaking, that the news was speaking. And so I can't stand when people fall into this. My whole approach to the whole shooting thing, because somebody asked me, said, what are your thoughts? I said, it's bullshit. So I'm not even going to try to sit there and figure it out, because it's bullshit. Like, you already know, you should know that already. We've been through this already. It's just mirrored and mimicked. It's repetitive. And it's irritating. It's irritating because, what we've seen in the past, that it's a big facade. And so when people that I look to for entertainment, away from Hollywood, are out there and they're getting involved in the conversation, and it's like, come on, man. Like, I can understand you might feel for the victims. Yes, absolutely. But then when you're going to go ahead and speak the same thing, like, just bring up the whole conversation about AR-15. So it's like, really? That just shows me how stupid you are. That just shows me how dumbed down you are, and how you can no longer be trusted, because now you're pushing the same narrative. So here's someone who's, with a big following, and I watched him start a brand new channel and just tripled my numbers because he's into entertainment. And so, that's another thing that I realized. You're either on a podcast to educate or to entertain. And when you're here to entertain, you're going to get pushed. When you're here to educate with truth, you're going to get shadow banned. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's more evidence for people to wake up and break away from this, because one of my biggest things that I'm teaching, that I choose to teach with my podcast, and especially to my target audience, which is brand new people who don't know shit, I'm trying to help them get out of the music industry. Stay away from the music industry. Stay away from the entertainment industry. Find other ways to entertain yourself. Find musicians who aren't big, who aren't in it for the money, who are just in it for music. They're just in it for the love and passion for music. As a musician myself, I can appreciate when someone wants to follow you because of your skill, because of your talent, because of your love for it. I'm tired of people like lusting after celebrities because of the gold and the flashiness and all that shit. And some of you who are veterans here in the truth community, you're already knowing this, and so it's nothing new to you. I just really wanted to reiterate that for the new people who are joining the show, because the show, I would say my show is not, I don't know everything. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I'm not going to say that I do. I don't. I'm just a guy asking questions who has some pieces of the puzzle, and I'm here trying to put it all together as much as I can for my people to realize it. If you notice, there's no Samoan truthers. There's none. There's no Samoan truthers. If there are, let me know. I'd like to listen to them. There's nobody in the Polynesian community, nobody in the Hawaiian. Well, there's a few in Hawaii, actually, but that's because they're part of America. So they are more Americanized. They have a better chance of finding truth. There's none Samoan, Tongan, Fijian, Tahitian, Guamanian. There's not a lot of these people that in the Pacific Islands that are awoke to truth, that are what we call awake or had their awakening. A lot of them are victims of the what I believe is mass hypnotism, by mainstream media. You know what I'm saying? And but they'll really get into social media, which is something I want to do a video on. They're really their attention span is too short to listen to something like this. Their attention span is too short to listen to a podcast that'll go on for about an hour and a half, or 2 hours, or 3 hours. Their attention span is too short. They're they're all about the entertainment. They're all about the now. They're all about what's flashy. You know what I'm saying? What's hip. They're all about it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's always one party to another, to another, to another. I broke free from that. And I realized something in the podcast I was listening to last night. It was a woman who says, what distinguishes what lets people wake up and what keeps people asleep. And everybody in the room that was in the chat, I forgot who it was last night, they said, I'm not I realize there's a lot of older people that are waking up. And I realize that the young people that are waking up, like truly waking up, not waking up to gatekeepers and facades, but people that are truly waking up to truth. She said, I noticed that most of us have an old soul. And I said, wow, bingo, like ding, ding, the lights went on for me. And I was like, that's exact that for me. That's it. For me, that's it. I was always, I'm in my 30s, but all my life, I've always been into older things, old-fashioned things, old styles of music. You will never meet a Samoan. You will never meet a Samoan who's into blues like I am, who's into jazz like I am. Who you listen to old school songs and be really cool about it and love it. I'm saying? There might be a few, but definitely not in America. In New Zealand, it's a little different. But you won't see people like me, like in my age, from where I'm at, that are into the stuff that I'm into. Most of them are into the same exact thing: hip hop, football, basketball, mainstream sports, Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And so they get all into the whatever they talk about on the news. The slap heard around the world was going around and everybody was talking about it. Everybody's talking about this stupid defamation court case, which I give zero fucks about. You know what I'm saying? Especially now when they got a Polynesian up in there, apparently. Everybody in my culture are all talking about it, and I'm over here getting frustrated. Like, you guys need to get away from this shit. Like, seriously, wake up. You guys need to get away from whatever the hell they're putting in front of you. All this stupid news that they're putting in front of you to gain your affections, to gain your attention. And you need to expand your attention span by getting away from this stuff, because it's all about, look here, look there, look over here, look over there. That's why I hate TikTok. That's why I hate TikTok. It's damaging the brains of people. It's damaging their minds. It's damaging their attention span. Now they're staying in a 1 minute window, and then, now it's a 3 minute window. All right. So anytime you want to talk to them, after 1 or 2 minutes, you've lost their attention. 1 or 2 minutes, you've lost their attention. You know what I'm saying? And so podcasts like this are ineffective to those people because they have such a short attention span. They can't sit there and pay attention and watch a person who's speaking like this, and engage in conversation and engage into at least learning mode to where they can, open up their minds and their ears to hear this stuff. It's been taken away from them. It reminds me of the Bible verse where it says, let those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, right? It's like they've got that removed from them to where they won't hear truth from these types of podcasts, which sucks because this is where I'm at now. And I said, but I think shorts would really benefit them to help people to wake up. I think getting into the TikTok world is definitely going to help people. That's why I reopened the profile just yesterday. Even though I just said I hate TikTok, I just know that there's people there that I need to get them and bring them over. Like, I need to go there and wake them up. And so it's just sad to see. You know what I'm saying? And so I can't stand when people, especially my people. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for other people, but people where I'm from. It's all about the shorts, the TikToks, what was the other one? The yellow one. I never really got into that one. Instagram, I do have Instagram, and I can tell you right now, as a businessman, it's all about Instagram, reels and shorts, reels and stories. It's all about that. 100% right now, this is what they're pushing. I do have a business and I do run it from home and I do use social media. And so I understand where the trend is, and anybody in business will tell you Instagram, shorts, TikToks, that's where it's at. I see you guys talking over here. Let me see. Berenstein versus Berenstain. Yep. That one gets me mad the most. Absolutely. I brought up, I covered that on the first episode I talked about with Mandela effects. The Office season 8. There was some, what do you call that, residue there when there was a trivia game, and they named their team after the Bernstein Bears, but they spelled it the Stein, right? They call themselves the Queer Stain Bears because it was a gay group at a gay bar doing trivia. But yeah, why would they spell the name the wrong way, right? Why would they spell their name of their team Stein? Queer Stain instead of Bearstain, or Bears instead of Bearstein, it was Queerstein Bears, right? That was the name of their gay trivia group. So yeah, well, how do you explain that? You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be a trivia group. They're supposed to be smart. They're supposed to know stuff. So why would they spell their name like that if the real actual name of the Bears are Bearstain? It doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, since man, it almost seems like South America has moved a little bit more. Yeah, it's gonna keep moving. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep changing things. I put it on Facebook. Like, have y'all seen that Cuba's as big as Florida now? I mean, I put it, global warming is real. Shouldn't Cuba have sunken? Like, you know what I'm saying? If the water level is rising, somehow Cuba got bigger with their global warming. You know what I'm saying? So explain that. Let's see. Jones must have sold his soul because he got weird. He did. You know, it was weird as I used to listen to Alex Jones a big time. He got me really involved in the whole abortion debates and fighting with people about abortion. Alex Jones, man, you know what I mean? I was a big fan of his, and I understand he kept getting kicked off of YouTube and all that stuff, and somebody posted, I don't know if you guys are into this stuff. People don't talk about it a lot more, I mean, a lot these days, with the whole eye glitch, right? That these are, that somehow the demonic soul in them is like showing up on camera. But I've recorded Newsmax, this guy his face was changing live, and you could tell the other person, the other correspondent, the other anchorman was on the other split screen, and he was like trying to keep his composure while the one dude's face started morphing on camera. And I recorded that and I posted on one of my videos here on YouTube before I started this podcast. But if you go back, you can see it. And it's funny because there was during the thing where, with the whole debate with Hillary and Trump, and so everybody was like, "Oh, CNN's real and Fox News are lies," and Fox News people were, "Well, Fox News tells the truth. Here's all the bullshit from CNN." And it was a big old debate, right? And people out here, in my family in our state, people were fighting each other, saying, "Oh, that's because you will listen to Fox News," and they're like, "Oh, you don't know shit because you listen to CNN." It was that whole thing, and so what happened was everybody transitioned from Fox to Newsmax, and what was the other one? OAN, right? And during that last election, the night of the election, everybody was tuning in, watching the channels go live, watching Fox go live, watching CNN go live, and everybody was watching, this election and watching the states whether they go blue or red, right? Of course, I was there watching too. And funny thing is that Fox News they gain subs to 6.66 million subscribers on that night. And I was watching, I was like, what the hell? Like, why is this 666 on my damn phone? I was like, okay, I'm gonna ignore that, you know what I'm saying? Because I was hoping for the orange man to go in. I was still all up in that bullshit at the time. But yeah, so everybody started watching Newsmax because they felt like they were betrayed by Fox, which is another deception. It's just to get you to go here and there and, divide here and divide there. So you're just being a part of the whole trans, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're being a part of the whole game plan is to get you pissed off at them. Then you move this way. All they're trying to do is corral you. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what it is. So you gotta really pull away from all that shit. So everybody went from Fox to Newsmax, right? And that was the new big thing. Like, oh, Newsmax is just as good. They're a little bit lower budget, but they're good. They're great. They cover this and that. They're truthful. And one of those days, I saw Homeboy's face morph, and I got a magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, that was sent to me the other day, and I looked through it, and there was a big advertisement for Newsmax. And I was looking at that guy. I don't know his name, but I was like, that's the damn guy who I caught on film, with his face morphing. And if you can look at his eyes on that magazine, there's 2 pictures of him. I'll take pictures and post it soon. One of his eyes is doing the whole slit eye thing, the whole lizard eye stuff. So crazy, right? See, Jones sold out like 20 years ago. Absolutely. Oh, so what I was saying is somebody got video of Jones' face morphing, or at least his eyes. He had that little second set of eyeballs come in. And I was like, nah, somebody photoshopped that. But after that, after I saw that video, and which it didn't go viral at all, but after I saw that video, I noticed that there was a change in Jones. You know what I'm saying? They took him off of YouTube. You had to get to his app. And that's what kind of got me going, too. Like, I think that now if you get taken off of YouTube, you know, you're still legit. But there was some big names that get taken off. And I was at that point to where, I mean, you guys let me know if I'm wrong, if you guys disagree. When there's somebody that gets so big and they got everybody's affection, and then someone takes them off, like they get booted off of YouTube or whatever, they get taken away from us in a sense, and everybody gets all emotional. I feel like, to me, I'm like, oh, he was part of it. He's part of the plan. He's one of them. I don't know. Maybe I might be. I could be wrong, but that could just be my skeptical self. So, you're talking about Coachman. I bet I'm not sure. Coachman, who's Coachman? Master Shake. Let me know. Both South America moved a little bit east for me. Yep, absolutely. Back. Let's get some more. Yeah, man. You know, that'd be cool. I mean, again, I'm not here for fame or nothing. Never made $1 off this, which my wife will easily remind you of. Or remind me. I'm just playing. She's cool. Let's get some more followers. That'd be cool. Really, I should start doing TikTok Kung Fu shirts. Yeah, Singe, you can do it, man. I would watch you. You know what I'm saying? Singe, he does some cool stuff, man. I get scared watching them, dude, because I hit my head on a few, messing around with the staff, and what was that thing with the chain? I don't know, with the little blade at the end. That scared the shit out of me, Singe. Whenever you do that, Hillary was about dead, then proof different Hillary. Yeah, people cannot explain that. You know what I'm saying? Now that it's coming back up again, one of those things that are coming out of her mouth and going into the glass of water, she was pretending that she was taking a sip of water. No one's explained that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell was that shit? I think they're full of crap. Absolutely. Independent. Master Shake, you trying to get trying to get out of Cali? You know what? I want to. I really do, man. Had a chance. I just recently talked about going to Arkansas because an opportunity came up. Florida, Texas. We're talking about getting out of here. So far, it's not that bad. How people make it out to be on TV. There's a huge. I'm a conservative, so there's a huge conservative community here, big time conservative cities. I would say there's more conservatives than there are liberals. It's just, they're definitely not going to give us a voice. That's why I don't believe in politics. We don't have. There's no one who's going to stand up for us in our beliefs, but I could tell you as a person who lives out here, there's more conservatives than there are liberals. There's more woke people than you would think. It's just the media is never going to let California look like that. They will never let California look like that. So I hear it all the time. People are like, California screwed up. That's because you got dumbasses, podcasters who are going to go out there in Cali, and then they'll go out to the pier and interview 100 people and find 2 dumbasses and then put them all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? And so it makes us look really bad, but we're not that bad, guys. Really not. Boss, what's up, Ray? Boston Ray, Mud Flood Adventures in the house. See, Master Shake. Good show yesterday. I think you showed your show with Ceiling Fan Man yesterday. That was cool. And Jonathan Coachman worked for it. Oh, okay. No, man, Coachman is actually cool. I think he's cool. But yeah, there's a little young guy who's he covers wrestling, and I'll just put Evan Mack. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Evan Mack. cool guy, you know what I'm saying? Cool, really cool guy. And I was watching this stuff, but then he gets like, sorry, Evans, you know what I'm saying? If you get to watch this show, you were cool until you start talking about this stuff and pushing the narrative and start talking about all this shooting stuff. If you don't know, all this stuff is bullshit and filled with crisis actors. Like, there's some truthers that are smart enough to stay away from it because they already know. But for my people who don't know, you need to know that most of this stuff is scripted and it's never going to be solved. It's just there to piss people off. And they're going to, bring out how he was troubled. They're going to bring out how he was racist, just to piss certain people off. And then they're going to, make sure they talk about a certain gun because it's going to piss other people off, which I got a Mandela effect, or not a Mandela effect. I got something to talk about when it comes to that gun. Because if you don't know about my channel, I cover a few times how the internet shows me things based on my thoughts, which is, I don't know why I never thought I was going to have a channel where I'll be talking about that kind of stuff, because now I just look crazy, right? And of course it does. But yeah, I get tired of these guys, man, pushing the narrative, talking about these shooting, and what's the purpose of having these guns. As soon as I hear somebody say that, boom, I'm done listening to you. Like, I'm sorry. You want to just get people pissed off. You want to divide one person against the other, and that's how the enemy works, guys. If you don't know, he just wants to divide and create two parties. He's going to bring up a certain talking point like an AR-15, and now you got two groups of people. He's going to bring up racism, now you got two groups of people, and they're just going to keep fighting with. Now, I think I just dabbled into that myself. Damn it, but. Yeah, man, it's stupid to have these arguments going on. And if any podcast is going to talk about that, I would suggest you just lay off of listening to that person. But yeah, they bring up this stupid court case, which they don't give a shit about you. I don't know why we even care to watch these court cases. Like, why is that entertaining to people? I cannot understand how people are entertained by watching two actors act in a courthouse. Like, what does that do for you? Why do you want to talk about this? This is stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I got people, in my Facebook, family and friends, who are all about what's going on today, and there's a new date and all this stuff. And I just think it's dumb. This thing I thought was interesting, though. How they both have this bee right here, right? Somebody pointed this out somewhere. And how do I screw this up? Does that work? Yeah. They both got this bee here, and somebody pointed this out and saying that the bee represents the hive mind, meaning they are all groomed to protect the hive. They do what it takes to protect the hive. They tell us in many ways the symbolism will always be their downfall. So it's right there in plain sight again, guys. If you don't know that Johnny Depp was part of a weird Hollywood, what do you call that? Rock band. I think they're called Satanist something, or something of Satan. Something that had to do with the devil. Anyway, you can't trust, good old Jack Sparrow right here, man. He's not for us. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody's paying attention to this, please stop. Please stop talking about it. Let's see. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for tuning in, man. I got truthers getting involved, and the ones who believe in the Bible. But though they're what's the same frustration that Brian Staley is dealing with, that there's people out there that talk about truth, but they can't get around to the Mandela effect. And now I'm seeing more people that are in the truth community hanging out with those guys. And so it's not that I got super involved in that argument or the whole clicking and all that stuff. But I just noticed it more of it this week. You know what I'm saying? And just happened, Brian Staley's talking about it a lot more, and it's bringing it to my attention. It's true. There's something going on. You know what I'm saying? We got some gatekeepers that are really, really doing some stuff, which is part of the reason why I wanted to talk about it, because for the new people, you got to be careful of who you listen to. Not everybody who speaks some truth is worth listening to. Not everyone who speaks some truth is worth believing or investing your trust into them, because they are shills, they are gatekeepers. There are people out there are going to just let you go this far, but they will stop you from advancing and learning, moving forward. All right? I hurt myself a bit to get to my level. Oh, I bet, man. That's crazy stuff. They're trying to kill two birds with one stone with this one. They're hitting up the anti-cop and taking away our guns agenda at the same time. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I had to correct somebody too on this podcasting. Like when I'm talking about podcasters who are talking about the narrative and really they're just falling for the BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are a podcaster, please do your due diligence to speak truth and don't use your platform to throw out information out there when you don't really know anything. Because there's a guy who I listen to, and he got involved with the whole conversation about the guns, saying, this is too much. He goes, I'm not even going to make it a racist thing, but why do you need to have an AR-15? It's so dangerous. I'd rather the government do their job and regulate firearms to where all you have is a pistol, so where you have to do this every single time. And I'm like, do I really have to engage in the argument with you? And I told, he was pretty much trying to get the AR-15 removed. And not that I'm advocating the AR-15. I'm just, I can't pull out my guns right now. But if I have a pistol, and I compare, I told him, I said, look, actually the pistol is way more dangerous than any rifle could be. You know what I'm saying? Because just look at the videos where a cop comes and knocks on the window, guy's looking up, say, hey, how you doing? Can I get your ID? Yeah, sure. Look down, pull out the pistol, boom, dead. You know what I'm saying? Or people just walks up, have a conversation, they start an argument, pulls out a pistol, boom, dead. Like, the gun that you cannot see is the gun you need to be aware of the most. That's the one you need to fear the most. The one you can't see. If I see somebody walking up the street to kill me with a shotgun or an AR-15, I'm going to be ready. I can see that. And I'm like, okay, I see what he's trying to do. Let me go get ready. But if I see a guy just walking up with nothing, I don't see anything, and then he gets this close to me and pulls out a pistol, I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, pistols are way more dangerous. So on that conversation, you're just pushing stupidness. We stop doing that. What's the Simpsons? What was that Halloween special? Not that I advocate Halloween at all, but it was when all their mascots became alive and started destroying the city, and everybody was all scared, and they came up with a song, Just Don't Look, right? Just Don't Look. And all the monsters started getting pissed off because they wanted more attention. So they started beating up the city more, to get more attention. And then all the people just kept singing that song, Just Don't Look, Just Don't Look. And they eventually beat the monsters. Like, that's what we got to do, man. Like, stop looking at this stuff. Stop getting engaged in the conversation. You don't, just because you have a podcast and if you feel bad for the people, like, please don't, or please think about it before you say something. You're going to push the wrong narrative and confuse people even more. And I think I spent too much time talking about that shit. But, see, if you have a truth, if you have a half-truth, because a lot of people are speaking half-truths on a big platform. Like certain people who teach flat earth, but they won't cover Mandela. You know what I'm saying? And they just call Mandela people, Mandela believers, Mandela effect believers, liars. To me, you're an even bigger liar. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just covering half truth. That makes you a liar in my eyes. There's podcasts today, and today is a war of information. If Alex Jones got anything right, the name of his channel, the name of his company, whatever you want to call it, Information Wars, InfoWars. This is exactly what it is. This is a war of information. You know what I'm saying? And so, to anybody who creates content, Ray, Sinzran, you know what I'm saying? So anybody that creates content up here, God bless you guys, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, because we need more boots on the ground. We need more people to wake up. There's too much people that are dumbed down because stupid people get behind a microphone like this and push the wrong shit. I'm questioning a little bit more than I usually do. So a little upset coming back from my little break. But yeah. What I'm saying is, on YouTube, be careful, guys, who you listen to. You always got to be careful who you surround yourself with. I'm really grateful for the truth community. I'm really truthful for people that dare to talk about the Mandela effects and Tartaria and mud floods, because, this is real truth. This is real stuff that's going on. This is a revelation of our torn up history, of our history that's been taken away from us, and it's real technology that's taken away from us. We're living in some fake kind of artificial life that was created for dumbing down people that would never know their full potential, that would never know their real history. To me, that pisses me off. And for people that dare talk about Mandela effect and talk about what I talk about on my channel, how the internet is somehow knowing exactly what I'm thinking and showing me images based on my thoughts. You know, for anybody who chooses to create content and look absolutely damn crazy in the process, you know, my hat's off to you, man. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. We're all going to look stupid together, but hey, I'd rather die, you know, going out speaking truth than living a freaking lie, man. I can't do it. What's up, Zen Win, Arizona? Welcome back. You know, thanks, man. Appreciate you, brother. You know, so you know, when I was talking about people that, you know, being careful about who you surround yourself with, that's something that I've always done. And I think that's why, I don't know if you guys can relate, why some people will receive the truth like Mandela effect, why some people can see it like I can see it, right? And I believe it's because I'm really careful and really particular about who I surround myself with. I don't just hang out with jackasses. You know what I'm saying? I don't go drinking with a bunch of idiots that don't know. Like my wife, she, you know, she preferred me not to drink. You know, we grew up Christian, but I drink, but she understands how I don't get drunk. I don't go drinking to get drunk. And I don't know if that makes sense to you. I go drinking to enjoy myself and relax. You know what I'm saying? And have a good time. I'll never get drunk. I'll never, ever get, I haven't been drunk since I was 20 years old. I've never been drunk since then. You know, to where you get stupid and out of control and irresponsible. And that's because I'm really careful about who I hang out with. You know, I'm not going to hang out with people who just want to get stupid and end up in jail. You know, I'm not going to hang out with people who want to get stupid and get behind the wheel of a car. No, that's not me. You know, I'm really particular about who I hang out with. I don't hang out with people who watch sports. I don't hang out with people who, you know, who listen to hip hop. You know, I'm sorry if that's your thing. You know, my bad. You know, you go ahead and enjoy your music. You know what I'm saying? But I post on Facebook all the time about the symbolism that they put up in their music videos, and people think like it doesn't affect them. They're like, it's just a Baphomet. Who cares? Oh, she's just dressed like the devil. You know, she's just doing the sign of the Baphomet. Like, you don't think that affects you? You don't think that slowly that those flash imagery is part of hypnotism that's keeping you under the brainwashing to where you never receive truth, and then you're gonna hear somebody like me, and like, his video's way too long. I can't pay attention. It's not a 3-minute TikTok video. You know what I'm saying? You know, or they're not going to pay attention because now I just look absolute crazy. You know, not the stupid witch on your music video who's just like the Baphomet. She's not crazy. I'm crazy because I'm talking about the internet reading my mind. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. You know what I'm saying? But what I can tell you, for anybody who's seeking truth, hang out with people who speak truth. If you want to live a better life, hang out with people who are doing well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you gotta shun everybody who's doing bad. Like, you know, I can't hang with you. You're not good. No, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus hung out with all the bad people. You know what I'm saying? So we got to do that too. But, you know, you got to be careful about who you keep close to you, that you open up to, that you allow to, you know, to vent to have them vent on you. You know, just, you know, even like being careful about people who pray on you, who lay hands on you. You got to be careful because spirits are a real thing. You know, this mind group think is a real thing. You know, you have to mind who's around you. And so I was telling my wife, I was encouraging her because we needed a little break because she was kind of getting frustrated with things going on in life. And you know, and I was telling her, I was like, you know, don't worry, hon. I was like, told her, it's like, you got to be patient. You know, as you're going through your circumstances of life is not going to be perfect. Life's going to be, you know, a bunch of situations, bad situations, one lined up against another. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be patient with it. You know, God will never allow you to face something that you can't handle. So if you're going through it now, just know that there's a God who knows more than you, and he understands better than you do, and knows your strength more than you do, that is going to let you face it because he already knew. Like, this girl can handle it. This guy can handle it. I'm going to let him go ahead and go through it. This guy can do it. And so I was encouraging her. I say, hon, be patient. You know what I'm saying? Because I quoted the Bible verse, you know, patience produces character, and character produces hope. Right? And so she was like, oh, that's awesome. And I was she goes, what Bible verse was that? And I go, let me look. And so I went and looked it up. And I was like, what the hell? Like, it doesn't say produce, it doesn't have the same words anymore. And so she was trying to search it through this Bible app and search the word character. She goes, character's not in the Bible no more. I said, what the hell? I'm like, hold on, what's going on here? So we looked it up. The word character is not in the Bible no more. Right? So that's a Mandela effect. I haven't heard too many people cover it. I haven't heard anybody cover it, actually. I did mention in my last video. But the word character is no longer there. And my wife and I were both King James readers. In fact, our whole life, we only read King James. I mean, I read NIV as a kid, as a child. But as an adult, when I really got into the Bible, I've only read King James. So if anybody wants to say, oh, that's a different version, like, no, shut the hell up. I don't read other versions. I read King James versions. The King James version. That's all I've ever read as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So the time where I'm really paying attention to the Bible, I've only read the King James version. I have the book and I have the app, right? And the app allows you to word search, right? So you can search the whole Bible for certain words, and it'll bring it up. And character is no longer there. You know, so I told her, because there's also a verse that says, 1 Corinthians 15:33. It says, be not deceived. It says, evil communications corrupt good manners. I said, wait a minute, that's supposed to say corrupt good character, right? That's supposed to be company corrupts good character. And I was looking for it in the King James version, could not find it, which is the only version that I read. Now, it's there in the NIV version, bad company corrupts good character, but that's exactly how it was supposed to be worded in the King James. That's no longer there. Now it's evil communications. I remember communications changing now when I started thinking about it more, but the word manners and character, that's two different things. You know what I'm saying? Manners and characters. Manners is, you know, your manners around people, your politeness. Character is different. You know, I like the definition of character from Miles Monroe. In fact, let me just do this. Definition of character. Attributes, features, expressions, actions of gene or gene groups. So talking about DNA and talking about that make up and distinguish the individual. It just describes it as an attribute or a feature that makes up the distinguish the individual. I love character because in my studies of business and business attitudes and things like that, I was, you know, as I self-improve, Miles Monroe, who could be a gatekeeper, who could not be, he was killed on his plane, and to me that was a bunch of that helped wake me up, because I started talking differently about government. He talked about character, and he said character is a person who, when you have character, you have principles, meaning things that you believe in, and you do not sway from them. If you have things that you believe in, and you don't change the way you act, you stay on your belief system, no matter who you're with, no matter where you are, you still believe the same thing. You act according on your beliefs. That gives you character. That means you have character. The people that don't have character are people who, you know, when they're with this group, they act a certain way. Then when they're with this group, they act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You'll see them acting, putting on different hats and being like this group and chameleoning to this group because they don't have character. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll speak truth here, but then when they're with this group, they can't talk about that over here. Not with this group. You know what I'm saying? But if you have character, you got your belief system, and you stick with that. That's you all the time, 100%. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you're with, no matter where you are, no matter what building you're in, what group you're in, you have character. And I love that. And so character to me means something big. So when there's a difference in the Bible saying character and manners, that doesn't compute in my head. I would remember that word manners, you know what I'm saying? Talking about Corinthians 15:33, evil communications, corrupt good manners. That's just stupid. That's a stupid change. Whoever changed that. You know, it's supposed to be evil or bad company corrupts good character, right? The people you hang around with, they can corrupt your character. See what you got to talk about here. Yeah, absolutely. What video game were you playing the other day? Oh, that, man, if you were into Tartaria, into the brick melting and all that shit, go check. It's Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So it's when they're covering the Romans. You know what I'm saying? So you get to see all the old buildings. You get to see the way that they're saying the way that they built bricks. You know, the massive numbers of bricks that they needed, which we don't know how they would build so many bricks and transport that many bricks. But they have their own versions of it on that game. You know, that they built it right in the river. They built out the bricks right in that river, and also the old school cranes. The cranes that they used supposedly. They have their own rendition of it. I was just laughing as I'm riding around on my horse as a Trojan warrior. I just wanted to play a game where I could ride around on a horse and hit people with my sword or spear. You know, so I just downloaded that game for that. But it was actually pretty cool because all the Tartaria stuff that they showed, or at least a fake version of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so interesting thing that happened the other day as I was homeschooling. I was with my 12-year-old, and her teacher decided that she was going to cover propaganda. And so my ears perked up right away. I was like, okay. I was like, hold on, this class is being recorded, right? I want to watch this later. I haven't done it yet, but she started talking about propaganda, you know. So she brought up this. She brought up this commercial from Coca-Cola. Let me see if I can get that. All right, so this commercial right here is Coca-Cola. Google Coca-Cola propaganda, and this is one of the commercials that comes up. So this commercial, I don't know if you guys remember it. I don't remember this commercial being played, but she said she had a cool explanation of how this is, and this explains why so many people are the way they are, because the subliminal messaging. You know, the subliminal hypnosis that's going on. That's just the imagery that's being flashed right before your eyes. That shows exactly how these guys, you know, mess with the brains of people and they brainwash people. So she explains how this commercial right here. See if I can make this bigger. This commercial right here, these two guys, it's called Brothers. Coca-Cola commercial. Look up Brothers. So this young brother, older brother, and the older brother is always messing with the younger brother. He's all, like right here at the commercial. I won't play the commercial. I don't want to get any more strikes or stuff. So he's like kicking the younger brother's foot, stepping on his foot under the table. He's always pushing him into the wall or drinking up all the Coca-Cola. He's just being a bully, right? And again, this is the teacher covering propaganda and explaining it. I was actually surprised because most teachers suck. But this teacher was actually covering propaganda, and I was telling my daughter, I was like, hey, pay attention to this. So here's another scene where, so after being bullied often by his older brother, here's the younger brother sitting on a bench in the park, and these three gentlemen come up, and they're bullies, right? And they come and they take the Coca-Cola from the kid. They take his soda, and they're like, what you gonna do about it? You know, so here he is being bullied by other kids, and then here comes the big brother, takes the Coke back from the bullies, and right here he's scaring them off, so these three turn around and run off, right? Let's see. I can create positive reinforcement, subliminal messaging, since we know how the mind works a bit. Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to do, Cinch? Let me know. You know, so here's the big brother coming in and taking the Coke back and scaring off the bullies, right? And then he hands it back he was just about to drink it himself, and he thought about it, then he handed it to his little brother, right? And then he walks off, the hero. And the teacher was covering. She was like, see, this is what happens. And she's saying that, you know, who uses it? And she's like, all you guys use it. Media, military, advertisers, politicians, you and I, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, all these guys, right? And she said, and here, she goes, well, what do you think the theme was? What do you think the messaging was? It wasn't just to sell Coke, you know? And so I was talking about it with my daughter. I said, well, here is the big brother. Obviously, he's supposed to love you, but he's a bully. He's an asshole. All right, and then you get mad at him. You want to complain and tell on him, But then when other people come and bully you, your big brother's going to come and save you, rescue you, give you back your Coke. And so you hate him because he bullies you at home, but you love him because he's going to be your big brother to save you and help you when you really need it. You know what I'm saying? So I was talking about that with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was cool that we got a chance to go into that a little bit more. That's the reason why I decided to homeschool, because I want to make sure I'm there to make sure my children are not falling for all the bullshit. So I'm no expert on guns, right? But when everybody was talking about the whole AR-15, and I'm thinking in my head, like, what the hell? Why are they always trying to attack that one gun? Like, whether you're right on the topic or you're not, most people choose to attack the AR-15. Again, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm out of the conversation, but just watching it from the outside, and I'm thinking, okay, let's say you guys do banish the AR-15. There's so many more other. You can get a simple high point carbine. There's all kinds of rifles out there, and there's some crazy. The shotgun's a pretty versatile weapon. Shoot all kinds of crazy stuff out of that shotgun. I can shoot a 50 cal out of that shotgun. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of crazy stuff out there, and I was thinking the first gun I was thinking of, because it's just one of my favorites. I think it looks pretty cool. Was the M16, right? And so I was like, okay, they take away the AR-15, but you still got other guns out there. And I was thinking in my head, M16. And by the way, this is one of those examples I'm trying to tell you. The internet reads my mind and shows me stuff on YouTube commercials, on Instagram, on Google commercials. I haven't been like prowling around just kind of trying to find them. I kind of laid off of it a little bit. I will let a viewer know that was embedded. Yeah, okay, got you. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, what was I saying? Yeah, we got to talk. The new viewers. Most of these guys I talk to in person, and we get into some deep conversations. Some of them are willing to come on, so we're going to talk about a little bit more about that. But yeah, man, I was thinking about that whole stupid argument against the AR-15. I was like, well, what about the M16? That's pretty dangerous. Nobody gives a damn about that gun except for that one shooter. But yeah, they leave this one alone. They leave a lot of these guns alone. It's just like they're only attacking one thing. And so to me, that's, if you would sit there and think about it, they target one to piss off a lot of people. Now AR-15's become a trigger word to a lot of Republicans and conservatives out there, because they're all going to talk about, as soon as you say, let's take away that one AR-15, a lot of people get pissed off right away. A lot of my friends get pissed off right away, and I'm like, okay, besides the point, I'm like, okay, what about the M16? Here comes YouTube showing me this shit. So again, another example of how they just randomly put things out there that I'm thinking about. I never talked about this, never searched it. The word giveth, the Lord giveth, is not a thing in the Bible, right? The Lord giveth and taketh away. Job, right? The book of Job talks about this. Now it's always gave, gives, or given, but the word giveth does not exist. To me, it was always giveth. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. That Job said. But why does this show name their episode of Vikings the Lord giveth? Doesn't make sense unless it's a Mandela effect. How about all these other people? Right? The Lord giveth. Are they all wrong? That's something that my company always says. Because when we have a convention, we got one this month actually. About 40,000 people in our company show up to the Mercedes Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, and we fill it out, talking about how our business is working. A lot of people talk shit about our business, and they always go, well, can all these people be wrong? Because everybody's there making money. But look at all these people making this stuff. The Lord giveth, the Lord giveth, the Lord giveth. If it's not a word in the Bible, then why did we all this is just one page, why did all these people put this? Again, you got to wake up. If you haven't realized Mandela effect is a real thing, you got to check that out. All right, so let's see. Earlier today, I took the screenshot, right? Actually, I was just, what was I doing today? I had some training with my business, spending time with my family and all that, and cleaning up, doing laundry, and all those things. And I was thinking in my head, okay, I need to start talking to some people about the shooting. I haven't really gotten too deep into the shooting, I don't think. But there's a lot of my friends and family that are talking about the shooting, saying, oh, my condolences to these people, and I'm just getting frustrated with them all. And I'm thinking in my head, like, this shit has happened already, right? A few years ago. And then, boom, YouTube shows me this commercial, and here's this gentleman who claims to be the father of this kid who was at a school that got shot, a few years ago, right? And so the word is right there. But here, more propaganda for you, right? In case you didn't know that this is a real thing and a big deal. Here's a guy crying about his son. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny that they would put this up there as I'm thinking about this. I don't know how many of you are getting these commercials, but it was just the fact that I'm thinking about it, and then they go ahead and throw it right there in the screen in front of me. You know what I'm saying? They're funny. Here's another one this morning. So I told you about training. I got up. We did training on Zoom this morning. So my wife comes home. She wakes me up. She's like, hey, you got to get on, get ready for training. And so I'm like, oh, shoot. I was running late, all right? And so it's a Zoom meeting. So I just put on I didn't have a shirt on. I just put on a dress shirt, and put a hat on. Didn't comb my hair or nothing, right? And just sat in front of the camera and did the little meeting with my office, right? And when the meeting was done, I'm like, okay, let me really get up and get my coffee and, brush my teeth and all that stuff and get a T-shirt on, right? And so, but, of course, I sat there and started scrolling around the internet for a little bit. And so just listening to people, tuning into different podcasts. And, so here I am with just a dress shirt, no T-shirt. I usually always have a T-shirt or at least a cut sleeve shirt like the one I'm wearing right now. And I'm thinking in my head, like, yeah, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up, right? How we do sometimes. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get up and I'm going to put on the T-shirt. And then they start playing this commercial. Classic tees, all right? The shorter, get the shorter arm sleeve and wider in the front, right? For guys with guts. So classic tees start showing the commercials right after I'm thinking about getting up and putting on my T-shirt so I can go and finish getting ready and check on the children. You know what I'm saying? So what do you guys think about that? More of the internet showing me stuff that I'm thinking about. Weird stuff, man. So this continues. And to me, and I've covered some stuff in my other videos about how it's almost like they're sending a message to some of these things, right? These, whatever you want to call it. Mind probing is the word that I use. About how they read stuff, by your thoughts and by things that you're touching, and they go showing you commercials and showing you other things like that. But to me, it's like almost like this is just a drop, of things that are coming. This is just a sliver of things that are coming. Just like how the Mandela effect happened, just like how we started catching on to other things in the truth community. It was just a little bit at first, and then a wave of stuff started coming at you. And I think something more is coming behind this. You know what I'm saying? I'm already seeing, oh, damn it, I should have posted this other thing. There's more and more commercials with people that are trying to order things online by using their minds. You know what I'm saying? So transhumanism is a big thing, guys. We got to start getting into that. Again, there are, even on that note, there's some big transhumanism channels, which I hate to like put other channels down, but that refuse to think that anything supernatural like this is going on with Mandela effects and all that. And I'm with Brian on this one, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be careful who we spend time with. I'm not saying that we need an echo chamber or nothing, but there's some people out there that are clearly showing themselves to be opposition. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I'm going to be in the chat for a few of other people's podcasts going on today, while I'm taking care of business here at home. But, just wanted to tune in real quick, guys, and just catch up on some stuff and really check up on you. Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to Lucky Man. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Still want to do an episode. I think he got one coming up with Brian soon. So that's good to hear, man. I just haven't seen this stuff, but since, man, we keep running into each other on other podcasts, so I'm sure I'm going to see you again along with Ray. But everybody that's here, shout out to my new subs. I didn't get their names ready. Next time I will. To all the new subscribers, man, thanks for tuning in. We're a little scattered over here and kind of bounce around a little bit, but I'm just one guy asking questions. That's pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so, since man said I did that yesterday. I said the song out loud and searched it. All I had to do was put one. Yeah, damn. There you go. It's funny how it does that, man. Or every time, like, my wife are talking about something, and I'm like, well, let me search, and then I'll just type like a couple letters or something like that, and it'll auto populate. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is a trip, man. AI is a trip. I got some more stuff coming in for about AI that I noticed. I just haven't really gathered all my notes together. I'm like in a small window. Like the kids went down for a little break, and I'm like, okay, I can start talking for, I got to get them back up to go do some things, but yeah, man, to all you guys in the truth community that's always constant here, since, man, you're on every day with people, Boston Ray, same thing, Independent Many, thanks for being here, Master Shake, appreciate you, brother, Scott, Level Realm, thanks for being here, man. Just I hope you guys are doing well. You'll hear from me in the chat again, but I think I'm gonna put up another video tomorrow with some more of this stuff. But thanks for tuning in, man. God bless you guys, and appreciate you. Y'all be blessed.